All right, guys, we are now on Kulos Ravine with Axe. I'm just going to call him Axe from now on. Axe up 2-1 over CauthonLuck, and this map is going to be all the marbles for him, or it's going to be CauthonLuck's rise to shine here, is it will tie it up if he does win this, and we will go on to Game 5. But Kulos Ravine, a map that, again, we said it yesterday, it's a really technical map, and in the PvT matchup, Jeff, what are your thoughts on this map?
Well, CauthonLuck has shown he is a big fan of the drops and kind of that harassed play. I mean, he like we talked about, he was going for the achievement for picking off those Nexus. Very smart play, very just snipey. He overcommitted a couple times, but it'll be interesting to see if he's learned from his past sins. But this map has a lot of cliffs. It has a lot of bases that are sequestered away by destructible rocks. And there's a lot of kind of advantage points, tanks up on cliff or even just units up on cliff. So I don't know, but this map is pretty well built for CauthonLuck's play thus far.
In the we do have Axe spawning as the red Protoss in the north part of the map, and in the south part of the map, the blue Terran. CauthonLuck again, players spawning completely opposite of each other on the map, farthest away. And we'll have to see how this goes. We see a pylon again right next to the Nexus of Axe, continuing to do the same build. And CauthonLuck again dropping that supply depot in the middle of nowhere.
It's like fighting magnetism. Both these guys are so freaking awesome that we're trying to shove these two magnets together, but the maps keep getting pushed apart. Like, they've spawned in now 4 games, obviously with the one-on-one map, Desert Oasis. But aside from that, like, opposite corners, which is cool for us because I don't necessarily want to see a 5-minute rush game. I kind of want to see what these guys think about the mid and late game of the games. And I'll tell you what, if history repeats itself, we're in for a treat.
Definitely, definitely. We do have a Rax going down for CauthonLuck, and Axe does throw down his gateway. So again, not too much to talk about this early in the game, and really, hopefully we're going to see a little bit something different from Cluck. I mean, the past 2 games, maybe in his mind he thinks he was kind of right on the edge of victory, but I don't know if he actually watched the replay in between the last match and saw that Axe did have those those island expansions. So we'll have to see, as now both players did miss scout there, although who really goes directly across from them on the first scout. So they will be finding each other here relatively soon. And we do have CauthonLuck opting to get the orbital command. Pretty standard stuff. And also a pylon going down. Probably going to see a cybernetics core here. There it is. He does move the probe into position right now.
Yep, I mean, just very standard. We were kind of speculating between matches whether or not CauthonLuck was going to diversify his play. 3 games deep into this series, he's now down 1-2. A lot of guys would say that if it's broke, fix it. But CauthonLuck might be thinking otherwise. And, we were also talking about how part of the analysis he could be giving this series thus far is, in each of those games, I had a point where I could have won. And I just made a couple wrong choices or mistakes, and that's the story of the game. So we'll see if he cleans it up a little bit.
We have that cybernetics core now finishing. He's probably going to be getting the first stalker. There it is. Going to be getting that warp gate research here relatively soon. Going back over into Cluck space, he does have those marauders coming in, as well as that concussive shells research. Probably going to be seeing an expansion here dropped relatively soon. There's the SCV going into place. Is he going to be saving up for 400? Looks like, is he going towards the high yield minerals? This might actually be a little bit of a tricky play from Cluck.
Yeah, a couple different versions of their builds here, actually. If you look at Axslav's base, no second gas and no fast robo. It's actually a faster second gateway. So he could be anticipating the kind of low unit count fast expansion that CauthonLuck has done the first 3 games. And if Axslav abuses this correctly, he could do some damage with it. But we do see this SCV very fortuitous. I mean, good lord, CauthonLuck, you've got good luck. He just gets right in that base. All right, 2 gateways. They're blinking. They're both producing. A couple of stalkers here. He knows the story. That means there's going to be a few more units on the field than what has been previously done. So there we go. There's the second and third barracks being added. We do have a Reaper on the field, very ineffective against the Stalkers. However, if this Reaper has any kind of the luck that SCV did, it can do a lot of damage real quick at a naked mineral line. We do have the Marauders moving across the map to the other Xel'Naga Tower. This one does show the kind of entry area of the Protoss top left corner. There is a money stockpile here, though, so it could just be a fast expansion as opposed to, well, never mind, that probe's going to go right past that spot.
And there is no units in the base of Axe to take out that Reaper, so we're gonna have to see how many probes he can actually get with this. He does have those warp gates coming in right now, and a Stalker is just now finishing in his base. Is he gonna pull it back? Wow, he actually goes for the surround, trying to get that Reaper out. Looks like the Reaper is gonna be able to get 3, maybe 4 kills. Oh, is he gonna get the last one? No, he is not. So he's gonna be getting 3 kills, which really I think is the ballpark number you want to try to go for, although you want to try to kill them all, honestly. But making that Reaper worthwhile in terms of minerals is 3. So now we have the expansion fully operational in the high yield, or the east side of the map, the high yield over there. He does have the mules warping in. He is getting the orbital command there. And here come the Raxes from Cluck. So a little bit different build, utilizing that high yield mineral. But for the most part, it is standard for him right now.
Oh, look at this twist of tables here. I've got more units than you do this time. These Stalkers are having a heyday on those low unit counts. He's going to push right on in. There are Marines out on the field, but no Marauders, and Marines are not quite as good. We do have SCVs pulled. They're going to be brought up here. It's all about the micro. If Axslav can do this, a couple of units, 1 SCV down, 2 SCV down, another Stalker joining the force. No more making their way across the map. It's just going to be these units for now. A couple of free hits on that Marauder. Marine stim, now we talked about that. That can either be a good or a bad thing. It kind of depends on how overstim you how much overstim you do. They are chasing off those Stalkers, though. It looks like another one will go down, so 2 Stalkers down. These SCVs are getting picked off a little bit with the micro. But as this battle goes on, and with that high yield churning in as much money as it is, there's just going to be more units coming onto the field for the Terran player than there is for the Protoss.
Now we see him continuing to do little pokes there on the Terran forces, but as that army continues to gain Marauders in it, those Stalkers are going to be continuing to get less and less ineffective, so he does pull those back, opting to take that Zonaga Watchtower, and really, he has no idea this match that Cluck has taken that high yield, and if you look at the income tab, he is pulling really far ahead from the Protoss player right now when it comes to the mineral line. We do have a Twilight Cancel going down for Axe. Looks like he is going to be going for somewhat of a similar build. A little bit later robotics facility, though, that is just finished. He's getting that observer in, so he's going to be able to see exactly what Cluck is doing, and he is going to see a ton of Raxes going up in the base of Cluck.
Yeah, I mean, that high yield is just, I mean, if you pull down the income tab, it is not as far apart as you think it is. I mean, the Protoss player does have about 300 minerals coming in, kind of depending on the mule count.
But look at the harvester count. That's impressive. Yeah. 42 to 26, and Cluck was pulling ahead right there when he has both of his mules up at both his expansion as well as his main. So,
yeah, I mean, a big part of that was the SCVs were pulled off the mineral line. 5 or 6 of them died, and then just the SCV transfer a little bit further over to the high yield. So there was some periods where he wasn't mining nearly as effectively as he should have, but that time has come and passed because the high yield should kick in and surpass basically the deficit.
We do have Axe opting to take out these destructible rocks behind his natural expansion, which is a smart play because, like you were noting earlier, that this map is heavily favored to the drops. So that is gonna be able to allow him to get his units behind his expansion if need be later on in the game. And now Cluck is just continuing to macro up. Looks like he might be taking this expansion here relatively soon. Hopefully, the players did not see that that ping there, as it was on a dark shrine. So now we're going to have to see what Axe is going to be doing right now.
Yeah, that time it was my fault. I actually afterwards clicked enter to see if I had all chat on, and sure enough I did. So you're not so much welcome, team guys playing. But anyways, I guess I was trying to draw attention. There is a fast dark shrine, and I like that. I really do. If you look at the energy of both the command centers, one has enough, the other one doesn't really. CauthonLuck has, as in these past games, shown he's pretty dedicated to making a lot of mules, and the ghosts are not on the field yet. Is there? I don't see. Okay, so it is all about the energy, and those Dark Temper can spread out pretty quick. But before we even get to that, Stalkers and Zealots versus this big ball of fire.
Oh, he's sniping that Nexus. Oh, he's gonna leave it alone. I'll pick up the Protoss forces.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, going back to the match. Wow, a ton of probes just going towards the forces of Cluck. Looks like all of those probes are dead, and now it's going to be able to go onto those Stalkers, and look at those Stalkers just fall so quickly to those Marauders. Only a handful of Marauders there, but Marauders just eat Stalkers up, and there he goes finishing that Nexus, and now he's just going to walk out in style, slowing his roll. Actually, no, he's going to take out that Twilight Cancel, which will be great. I mean, really, Cluck is in a great position right here. This might even be enough to finish off Axe.
Yeah, I mean, there's the Dark Templar. He did have enough for that scan, and that was good enough to clean it up. And now the Protoss player is going to be playing catch-up the whole time. I anticipate a good game here pretty quick. I mean, even if you hold this attack off, if you look at the mini-map, there's just units streaming all the way across, and there's actually like a little chain of observers kind of watching his doom crawl across the map. So he knows what's up, and I mean, now these 2 gateways are down, so he's actually down to only 2 gateways, not able to produce anything. There's the good game, and we're gonna go to a game breaker. It's 2-2 right now in the series.
All right, so we will be back with Game 5 now. Just like Jeff said, we are tied up 2-2 between Axe and CauthonLuck.